my experience, my experience, it's been an exciting one and a challenging one at the same time. Being involved in the art sphere, being a Christian, there's a lot of challenges that come your way. Some people they look at you as a fanatic. Some people think that you're trying to change the space into a church or into a theological institution, which is not true. Um, the typical example when I was pursuing my masters, I was looking at how to bring about not to bring about, but how theology meets sociology. And I remember being questioned, but why trying to bring a theological topic into an academic sphere that doesn't deal with theology? But I was like, when you think about sociology has to do with politics, has to do with cultural living. Um, it's a framework within society. And within that framework, we also ask theological questions. Like, for an example, you can be an atheist within our society, but you will ask a theological question, even if you don't like it. You will somehow ask, why would God allow, if God exists, why would he allow certain things to happen? If God is good, why this is happening? That's a theological question. It needs a theological answer. So those are the challenges that I face. People are like, but no, this is not a theological space. But I'm like, no, I know this is not a theological space, but we live in a society that requires politics, requires science, requires theology. It's one of those things that theology features within our society. Therefore, we cannot sideline theology because we think like when we hear theology, we think seminary or we think church. So theology is part of society. It has a say in society as much as politics, as much as science. So those are one of the challenges that I get, or also being misunderstood by the church itself. You know what I mean? The church not understanding the stuff that we create or the work that we do, or when they see artwork out there, they're like, no man, this thing is disgusting, this thing is dark, it doesn't make any sense. But then again, if we are saying that about art and ostracizing artists within the church, the artworks that you're gonna get are the dark ones, are the immoral ones, if I can put it that way. Or you're gonna get artworks that don't answer questions that needs to be answered. But if we understand that artists, as well as much as your theologians or as much as your engineers, they are part and parcel of society and church, and you allow them to be alive in a church space, and you allow them to work within the church space, that can also shine a light within the church space that artists do exist, and artists do need to play a bigger role within the church. And you go back in the early 1800s or 1600s, you find that artists did participate and played a big role within the church. So it's not a taboo thing to find artists participating within the culture of the church or society. So that is another challenge that are faced as an artist. Another challenge I faced as a Christian who's an artist was going to different art galleries, trying to show my work or to have my work shown in those spaces. You're being challenged to change the way you paint. You are told, no, our clientele doesn't accept this kind of work. Can you paint like this? Or if you paint like this, or if you take this subject matter, we will take you on. And that for me, it shows one, disrespect of the artist itself, and also it shows that people, they don't wanna see artworks that come from people's perspectives or worldviews, but they want to see artworks that sort of keep their galleries open in a way, or that pushes a certain narrative, or that. So, like, if you bring a different narrative, you challenge the status quo, if you will, in terms of ideology or thinking or culture, or you're bringing something new to the culture. Sometimes it's not there, but you're bringing it. It's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to sell something new, And when you bring that in that space, people are like, I've been doing this for so long, and I've been making a sort of like a killing, if I could put it that way, with this kind of narrative or this kind of artworks. Now you're bringing something new that's going to take me another time for me to work it out and bring it out there. So those are the challenges that I've faced and experienced in my experience being a Christian who's an artist. So yeah.